tú, no eres tú, no eres tú, soy yo. No te quiero hacer sufrir, es mejor olvidar y dejarlo así. Échame la culpa.
I know I don't look very cute right now. I'm literally just applied my foundation and I was like, why don't I get my camera and just film a little get ready with me. So far I have my foundation on. I was thinking of trying this Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation that my mom has. I don't know if I should put it on top of my already foundation, but I'm going to anyways. I just want to try a little bit, see how it is. I haven't tried this before. And dark, I don't know. Okay, maybe not. But anyways, I decided to film a little get ready with me and kind of just talk to you guys about 2017 and kind of like what it taught me and what I learned. I started writing down a couple of the big lessons that I learned, but I was like, you know what, I just kind of want to do this video like raw and in the moment. So that's what I'm doing now. So I hope you guys are having an awesome New Year's Eve and you guys are excited. You guys are hanging out with people that you love, and that you guys are just setting your mindset for new beginnings and new opportunities. And you know, it is a little cliche sometimes. You're like, okay, what's, you know, everyone's New Year's goals, and it's usually the same thing, getting fit or things like that. But it's not, to me, it's not cliche. To me, it's like really a brand new start to the year and opportunities in 365 days that you can change things. If you feel like you have to change things in your life, and you can go after your goals and you can set new goals and grow as a person and help others, and just, you know, it's just a new start. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what I learned this year, because I've learned so much, not only about myself, but about life in general, you know. And I thought that I would kind of just, you know, chit chat with you guys a little bit and talk about those lessons that I have gained this year. By the way, if you guys hear a lot of music in the background, I don't know if this lighting is horrendous, but that's just, you know, my Hispanic family jamming out to some salsa. But anyways, also I'm not a makeup expert, so I love makeup, but I'm not an expert, so kind of bear with me, you know what I mean? But one of the main things I learned this year, main things, is to be myself, or, you know, be yourself. Because I feel like a lot of times we feel this pressure to conform to society's standards or to other people's standards, or sometimes you know, it's hard to believe, but it's really simple. Like, even people that are twins, like, there's only one of you. Even if you have a twin, no one is exactly the same. No one exactly has the same goals or ambitions or personality. And I just think it's so important. And this year I really understood that about myself, that I'm a unique individual and I have different interests than, you know, maybe people around me, or that maybe my family members understand, and so on. And that's okay. Like, as long as you're pursuing what's really authentic to you, and that you're doing things that make you excited and happy. And one of those things is YouTube, you know. For me, I've been wanting to do it since 2010, and I made videos of myself, and I was too scared to put them up. I don't know why, or I really cared, I guess, at the time about what people would think, you know, if they would think it was strange or something. And just this year has taught me, just really, for lack of a better word, who the F cares what people think? If it makes you happy, who cares? Just go ahead and do it. And also, something else I've learned is that you will never learn if you don't try. Even if you fail, at least you have a lesson learned. But if you just don't try, you don't even have a lesson learned, and you don't know, you always have that what if. And I just don't want to go, you know, through life with what ifs. I don't want to die with a whole bunch of what ifs. So that's something I've really learned this year, like really instilled in myself, is just like, don't question if you're gonna question something, question it if it's something that's good for you, not what would people think of this or what would people think of that. Who cares what people think, honestly? As long as you're not hurting anyone, which most likely your goals won't, you know, just go for whatever you really feel in your heart that's right for you, and then fulfills you and makes you happy, you know. And another lesson I've learned is just to be grateful. Sometimes we get so stuck in thinking of the things we don't have, you know. And I think that with social media, I don't know if you guys are on this, like, feel the same the way I do about this, but I feel with social media, everything, it's just, there's no other way to put it, but it's the highlight reel of everybody's life, you know. Even my Instagram, I mean, I don't post a lot, but what I do post is the highlights and the happy moments of my life and things I want to look back at and share, you know. But sometimes, you know, we don't put those sad days, those days where we have breakdowns, those days where we have, you know, and in my case, panic attacks or feel anxious about something or scared about something or unhappy about something. And I feel like social media, because it just shows those super highlighty things and it shows a lot of materialistic exposures, and I feel like it's, in a way, even if we subconsciously don't want to, we get sucked into thinking those are the important things, and that's, if we don't have those things, that we shouldn't be grateful for what we do have, even if it's not like a lot of materialistic things. And I just feel like, wow, this year I just realized I'm healthy, you know, my family is healthy, I'm able to have access to my loved ones, I am able to have an education. A lot of people don't have that, you know, option. I have so many things to be grateful for every day. Just simply waking up and having a pulse. That's something to be grateful for. And I just really have soaked that in and just shifted my mentality a lot, because I will say, when I started out the new year, I wasn't all in that positive of a state. And now it's just like, before I get angry at stuff, I'm just like, okay, so what am I grateful for? What is there to be grateful for right this second? If somebody cuts me off in traffic, I'm like, okay, I still have a pulse, I'm breathing. Maybe that person's having a bad day, and I have a car to get from point A to point B. There's so much in every situation to, like, kind of step back and be like, okay, you know, it's not something I should dwell over or be unhappy about. Like, there's so much to be grateful for. Let me put you guys a little closer. Yeah, just in 2018, I'm going to share a lot more of that with you guys, and what I do to stay more positive, and how I've shifted my mind, because only God knows that I did have dark times, and I have had dark times in the past where, you know, my mentality hasn't been all there. And being positive and keeping a positive state of mind, and that it just like makes everything around you gray, you know, when you get into that negative mindset. And so that's something I've realized this year more than anything. Another thing that I've realized is, don't freaking dwell in the past, dude. Like, seriously. And that's me talking to myself. Like, that's how my inner mind talks about me to myself when I'm trying to, like, pep myself up or change something about my way of thinking. I'm like, dude, why are you so mad about something that happened in the past that you can't change? You know, for me personally, for different things that I've gone through, I've let my health and fitness, which was so important to me before, take a backseat, and I feel like I've let myself go. But girl, if I promise you one thing, is in 2018 we're gonna get this together. But really, I just think that I was dwelling in the past, like, oh my god, why didn't I start doing this? And it's true, you'll always regret what you didn't start today, which goes back to what I spoke about before. You won't know until you try, and if you don't try, then you'll live with what ifs. But if it's something like, for example, getting fit or getting to a healthier weight or feeling good about yourself, okay, I didn't start when I said last year, and maybe that other time when I tried to start, I tried to start, I failed. But guess what? There's always tomorrow, there's always today to start new. Don't beat yourself up for what you did in the past, mistakes. Just try to do better today. And then another thing is not living in the future, because that just fills your head up and your body up with anxiety. If you live in the future, you're just anxious about what is going to happen in the future, and what if this is not good enough, or you know, so on. And so what I've really learned is to live in the present, and if anything, make plans for a better tomorrow, but don't live in tomorrow, live in today, if that makes sense. That's something I've definitely learned. You know it's going down when you put your hand in the button. So I'm going to be using this Jaclyn Hill palette, which I've barely used just because I'm always late to the, you know, show. And so I love this palette, it's beautiful, but I just haven't used it a lot. I'm going to be using it today. And let's see. I barely brought any of my stuff over, so kind of improvising. But anyways, talking about lessons learned, guys. Another thing that I've learned is to not compare yourself to absolutely anyone. Because like I said, no one is you. So the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday and trying to be better than that today. But no one does it like you. That's your gift. So why would you compare yourself to anyone? That's, I hear this constantly, or just sorry guys, I'm still a little sick, and I'm just have to fix a little piece of my eyebrows there. I have the thickest eyebrows in the universe, and I don't know. Okay. Eyebrows are just not my forte to do. Just like I was saying, nobody does it like you. So the worst thing that you could do is compare yourself to anyone, because nobody is you. And that's really your gift, is being unique and being yourself. And no one's journey is the same, so just be who you are, you know? Stop trying to compare yourself. And also, obviously, social media doesn't help with that, because it's all in your face, everybody's life. But just create your own path, your own lane, and just live your own life, make your own mistakes, learn your own lessons, and don't try to replicate anyone else's, you know, decisions or lives or anything like that. Even style, I think it's awesome to get style inspiration, but to try to literally emulate, I mean, to each their own, if that's something you want to do. But to me, it's something that it's so fun to create, and yeah, get inspired by different people's fashion and styles and everything like that. But just being a unique individual, I think, to me at least, is so important. And that's something I've really embraced this year, is just to be me, just be Jennifey, just be my true self. And sometimes I'm a little out there, sometimes in public, you know, I may laugh too loud, or grab a cart and race my nephew in the store, or sing on top of my lungs, but that's me, so I'm not gonna apologize for it. And people may look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm just having fun, it's just me. So that's something I just embrace this year. As long as I'm not hurting anyone, just be you, do you, faux you. That's how it is. My mom and Mrs. are having karaoke outside, and I could totally hear them screaming on top of their lungs right now. They're hilarious. That's probably where I got it from, huh? Guys, I noticed that my camera wasn't recording. Ah! Okay, so I'm just gonna speed through this little section here because it's almost 9:30. My sister's gonna kill me. So as you can see, I added a little bit of glitter today because it is New Year's Eve. And I still have to do my hair. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, this is gonna be a speed round, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit once we're out in the fireworks. By the way, this is the shimmery shade I used, this one here. So beautiful, making it look sparkly.
Happy New Year. Ow. Happy New Year.
lugar porque tu error solo fue conocerme. No eres tú, no eres tú, no eres tú.